What is up, my veggies? My name is VeggieTales Raymond, and welcome back to yet again another movie review. Now, today we're going to be reviewing another Disney Channel movie. Yes, I've been getting this a lot more frequently, thank goodness. Today's review is for Smart House. I desperately, literally the past few movies I wanted to hate. I actually literally legit wanted, this one I literally, because the concept and the title and just some of the stuff I've seen from it, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I wanted to hate this one. And a lot of people said I have heard this is actually nostalgic to some people, but to me it seemed like something I wanted to hate. I legit wanted to hate this film. Like, seriously, I sat there and I was like, I want to hate this movie. I want to hate this movie. The thing is, though, I just couldn't hate this movie. I couldn't. I could not hate this movie to save my life. I couldn't hate this movie. I couldn't. There's a lot about this movie that I just liked. The concept is really neat, especially if you look at it back at it nowadays and see how the concept of a smart house is kind of the future. Is kind of thing. We kind of have things like that, but not like to that extent. We have the little smart things where they can turn the temperature, say, hey, turn on the temperature, or hey, place this order, or stuff like that. But so this is a neat concept though for the movie because it's a house that becomes an overprotective mom, which there is some good heartfelt moments in this movie that I really was like, oh, I see what you did there, and it worked a lot for what it was, and the fact that that worked. Because there's a lot now, and the acting for the most part in this is really good, and that says a lot for these early Disney Channel movies. Now there are some side characters that cannot act. There's this small love interest that's thrown in there for no reason at all. It's literally just thrown in, and that's something I don't like about the movie. But I'm not gonna say I love this movie, but it's actually much better than some of the other ones I've reviewed. There's, like I said, the girl, the love interest I throw in here for no reason, at least in Can of Worms and the 13th Year, they were in there for some reason. But this one there was no reason for her. I'm not gonna lie, but this one I really, really, actually did enjoy. There's nothing really to this movie that I didn't like. Yeah, the final end is a little dumb, where the house gets all tornado and stuff. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But then after that, there's a little heartfelt moment there, which I really enjoy, and the house does go crazy, and that's actually a neat concept. And I thought this movie was kind of a neat concept, but I thought it was going to execute badly and not execute very well, kind of like how the 13th Year went. And even though these movies so far I haven't really gotten any reactions out of them, but some have had some far more negative opinions from me than some others have. But this one's probably higher up on the list than some of the others. Because this one actually has a lot of more interesting plot points. And yeah, there's some things that could have been cut out and made this movie a tad bit shorter. But it's not a long movie at all. It's only about an hour and 30 minutes, I think. It's a pretty short movie, I'm not going to lie to you. Characters really work in this movie. I do really like the little sister character. I don't know why, but I do really like the little sister. I don't know why. The dad is really a good character. There's some good emotional moments in this movie. There's some good character building, and these characters do seem pretty real. It is, and that's something I can't say about some of the other Disney Channel movies, but this one does work on a completely different level. And it's actually a lot more entertaining than some of the others I've reviewed so far. I'm going to try to get around to watching more of these more as often as I can. You got to keep in mind, I do still have a life. That's why videos don't get uploaded, and I still have a room to organize and stuff, but this movie was something that I really thought worked. And at first I was like, not really enjoying this. I thought at first, but like, really, there's nothing I really didn't like about this movie. And I'm not gonna say it's perfect. There's like a scene or two there that was like, There's a forced bully character, which I believe is just there so the house can be more motherly and show her how much she cares about the kids, and that's all and well, but just, it doesn't, just the times you see the bully in this movie just seems a little forced, I'm not gonna lie. And I wish, like, really the movie, I liked that most of the movie did focus on the family and the house, and this dad gets a love interest, and it really bothers the brother, and Ben bothers Ben, and it's just really just, the movie works in most spots. There's probably one or two spots that I did not like in this movie, but for the most part, this movie is pretty enjoyable. There's nothing really things I had to hate about this movie, but there's nothing I really thought was jaw-dropping amazing. Obviously, the effects weren't that great, but keep in mind, this was a made-for-TV movie, and keep in mind when it came out in 1999. And the film just works in certain spots. In most spots it works. The emotions are good, the acting is pretty good. Most of what they give us in this film, it works. Now, you could say there are a lot of things in this movie that don't work. And I can agree with you there. There are some things in this movie, like two things maybe. But maybe this stuff isn't for you. I really wouldn't say it was for me either. But I can review this and say it wasn't bad. And a lot of these movies, I can't review that and say they weren't. So far, we got plenty of more Disney Channel movies coming up. Still gonna have over 100 to review, I think. Or maybe a little less than 100, I don't know. But I know I still have a bunch of these to go. And I might put them all on a playlist. I haven't been doing that, but I think I might put them all on a playlist. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get my next Scooby-Doo review out. And maybe another Monster High. I think I still have 2 Monster High movies to review. But guys, I'm going to just tell you guys, these movies aren't awful. This movie wasn't awful. It was pretty good, enjoyable for the most part, and just, I can see how people have a connection to this movie. Not just because it's old and that's when it came out, it's just I see how they could have enjoyed this, and I see how they can enjoy it still now, if they still do enjoy it. Because some of these movies I've heard people really do like, and I don't see how, even still to this day, they still enjoy them. I don't see how. But personally, these movies do work on a different, I guess you could say, spectrum, I guess, to some people. And this one, actually, I do see the appeal of. Like, if you told me something like Your Lucky Dog was good, I'm going to argue with that. It's not good. But this movie was good. I'm going to go ahead and tell you straight up, I enjoyed this film. But guys, that's all I have to say for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please tap the like button down below. Subscribe, leave a comment, and I have to give my rating. I forgot about my rating. My rating is, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like, I would give it a 4, but I give that 4 different types of movies, so I'm just going to give it 3.5. That doesn't lower its value anything, but that's just going to say it's 3.5. Link on my social medias and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.